So last night, a bunch of us were out late, not me, but a bunch of people on the show.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I went over, I know you have Robin revealed something yesterday that really actually was on my mind last night. It kind of, I'm not going to say it ruined the Christmas party. Exclusive. But you were on my mind that you have this edict, I guess you'd call it, that you will not attend any Christmas, not even Christmas, you will not attend any social gatherings or parties for the rest of the year. And I was really... I'm not going to say disturbed, because I'm used to this with you. Oh. I would say I was really, puzzled. And several people had said to me, is it true? Tony said to me this morning, what's going on with Robin that she will not attend any parties? I said, I swear to you, I don't know. And I've heard all kinds of theories.
Gary told me the best yesterday before I left. He said somebody emailed that Al-Qaeda is supposed to attack, and Robin knows, and therefore she's not going to any large gathering.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but in all seriousness, I was like, it kind of popped in my mind that you had issued this edict.
I didn't issue any edict. You asked me if I was going to the party, and I said, no, I'm not partying.
Yeah, and you said you're not partying anymore this year. Like
That's all. It wasn't like I issued an announcement.
It was Taliban-like.
It wasn't a memo.
I'm going with Robin has been invited to things she doesn't want to go to, so therefore she won't go to some things and not others because she can't really tell people.
Nuts. Right.
I'm nuts. People. You're the one who can't tell anyone why you won't go to parties.
Oh, here we go. I can't decide just not to go to parties.
No one decides. No one says.
You decided years ago not to do anything for several years, and then you decided you were going to.
But you know what? There was always the option I might do something.
I could do it if I wanted to. Yeah. But I'm just not going to.
Yeah, but I never had an edict. I never said, I'm not going to go to parties.
You might as well have had.
I might as well is true. I can explain my actions, though. I was married, and, there was no reason to go out.
No reason to leave home.
I was not happy. I was depressed.
All that time?
Yes.
That's odd.
You still could have gone out.
I don't know. I've never heard someone say, I will not go to any parties.
All right. Well, now you have.
Well, that was you were the most of the party, even though you weren't there. Well, anyway, so the party was from 6 to, I guess, 10 o'clock. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And you showed up at?
I showed up at about 6:15, 6:20.
Uh-huh.
Because I was hungry, I want to eat dinner. I figured I'll save my dinner.
For the party?
For the party. Because I've always enjoyed the meals at the party. You remember with that party that they had? I don't know if you were at that one. I think you were.
I probably had an edict that year.
Yeah, you might have. So I get to the party. I was at the Hard Rock Cafe. They're very nice people over there. But you know the kind of food at the Hard Rock is not the kind of food I eat. I walk in, and it's all fried food.
Oh.
It's all like...
Everything's breaded and deep fried.
Oh, my God. And I just looked around, and there were, tell her how aggravated I was.
Howard immediately got aggravated. The first thing he said was, he goes, oh, this is so low rent. The Tom is so low rent.
I just said, why does he have a party and then go low rent?
This is the one time he's supposed to let loose and have everybody have a good time. Give him something,
He's just such a dick. And I said to Gary, he said, I will not support the party. I'm leaving immediately.
Yeah. And Howard goes, you think I'm out of line? I'm like, I can't answer that because I'm so beaten down that I was happy that there was... Because last year there wasn't a party, so at least there was a party this year.
Yeah.
But Howard expected,
a real party, not,
I said, Robin's party for Fred was so much, classier. I said, and she don't even own Viacom.
Right.
But the other thing was, when you first walked in, everybody was in this one tiny area, and it looked like that was where the whole party was going to be.
Yeah, it was right by a bar, and you couldn't even see anyone. And I guess I was really hungry, and I was in a bad mood.
But the other thing I said was, like...
Then I decided I'm not even going to drink.
We were on, like, this balcony area, so anybody who wanted to eat at the Hard Rock was down there, and I'm like... There's everybody who just came in to eat looking at Howard Stern.
Yeah, it was, and I had to sneak it through the garbage area, and it was like, so
That's Tom.
Yeah, that was my Tom.
And then also the big discussion was that it was on a Tuesday night, which is sort of a weird night for a party. Like, people like Thursdays better because, Friday you crawl through work.
Yeah.
And the discussion was, did Tom get a better rate because it's Tuesday?
Yeah, earlier in the
Absolutely.
week.
But also then we found out that Tom didn't book the party till like November 23rd or something. and we think that maybe that was the only place he could get.
So there was like trays of food. The people from the Hard Rock are really great. Don't get me wrong. I love the place, but
if you're in the mood for that, they've got that kind of food.
Yeah, it's not real private though for whatever. So I don't know. And then the guy brings over a tray of like lamb. And then, which I don't eat. And it was like fried quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
Empanada.
Chicken fingers. And what's an empanada? I didn't know what that was.
Something else.
An empanada is like deep-fried breaded sausage.
So I found some carrots, and I started chewing on those, and I think those were even dipped in something. So, right? Because my hands were greasy.
You fried carrots?
And fried carrots.
Howard was wolfing down carrots and just complaining. It was fun.
Yeah, because I was really hungry, and also it was on my mind. I got to go for a physical today, and this was my last meal, because you have to fast before the physical.
For the blood test.
For the blood test, and so I was getting, to use Italian, anyone knows Italian, it's the hits. All right.
At one point, Howard looked at the whole table that was in front of us.
Yeah.
And he goes, you saw something that you thought might be healthy, and you said to me, what's that? And I go, that's guacamole.
Yeah. So anyway.
Were there tables and chairs and...
No.
You just stood around.
You stood. I said, is there anywhere to sit down and eat? Because usually they used to serve a meal.
Yeah.
So I was really ragged out, and I said to Gary, I'm not supporting Tom. I don't even want to see Tom. I'm leaving. So I said, Artie, give me your cell phone. I felt like Stuttering John. My cell phone had died. And so I borrowed Artie's phone, and I was trying to call Beth. I figured I'd go meet her for dinner. Couldn't get a hold of her. So all of a sudden I see Tom. So he comes over. I go, Tom, I don't know what to eat first. Should I have the fried guacamole sticks or the goopy cheese with the, and he looks at me. I go, gee, I just don't know what to eat. So he says, are you staying? I go, no, I got to go buy dinner. I got to go find myself something to eat.
I would love to hang out with these people, but...
Yeah, I was in a ragged-out mood. I wasn't even being friendly. And I said, I'm of no use to anyone. I'm being just a bitch, so I'm getting out of here. You
know what? I was standing there when that conversation started, and, Robin, you know how when it gets so uncomfortable, I just walked away?
You want to disappear.
No, I did. I disappeared because it was uncomfortable.
And I knew Tom felt bad, but, I know I'm the only one who could say anything.
Why would Tom feel bad? This is what he planned.
Yeah, oh, please.
It turned out perfectly, Tom.
He drove me out of there. So the guy from the Hard Rock is so great. He says to me, we have a buffet. I said, where is it? He goes, all the way over on the other side of the building. I said, can you take me there? I'm very hungry. What do you got on there? He said, you got some turkey. I said, that's all I want. So I went over, and they had how they slice the turkey?
Sure.
Carving station.
Yeah.
I carve up, the guy carves me up a bunch of turkey, a couple of potatoes. I take my plate, I sit down. I'm sitting by myself.
Whose food is that?
That's our party, but I guess it's for later. So I sat down by myself.
That was like the cocktail stuff.
So now I went to the Christmas party. I'm sitting by myself, eating.
Sounds like a delightful time.
I might go to your edict.
I'm sorry.
I'll go to the no party edict. By the way, I'm not even sure this was a party. So I think you could have gone. You could have gone. We could have just had dinner and talked.
Yeah, this technically was not a social gathering.
So I'm sitting and eating.
You're alone.
Then I know two guys from the Hard Rock come over, and they're talking to me.
So you're hanging with them for Christmas.
I'm hanging with them. So anyway, who comes over? Frank Flores, who I haven't seen in years.
He only works upstairs.
Who I was shocked is 53 years old.
You're kidding. He looks great.
Great. He looks like he's 24.
Yeah.
I would say that this guy, I thought he was about 32 years old.
I certainly wouldn't have said 50 anything.
No. He's 53. Because he's telling me he's got a 26-year-old daughter who's getting married. So Flores and I...
I remember when he was circumcised.
Remember when he was circumcised? He got circumcised like when he was 40, I guess. Yeah, I thought he was like 20.
Oh, yeah.
He's the shortest Puerto Rican I've ever met. Good-looking guy, though.
Yeah.
And he sat down with me. We started talking personal stuff, at least no business. How you been, blah, blah, blah. Then Baba Booey came over. Suddenly, I had a little, crowd.
A little social thing going.
Ronnie, the limo driver. Then Ralph showed up, so I had a table.
Yeah.
Ralph, Booger.
Booger and Matt Pinfield stopped by.
Matt Pinfield. You know Matt Pinfield.
No, really.
Bald guy from MTV2.
Good guy.
Good guy.
He was in here once, Robin.
All right.
Matt. I used to watch Matt on MTV2.
Okay.
Shaves his head. He's got that whole thing going. And I don't know, there was a couple other people. So I ate some dinner. And then who comes over? Kingston, our program director. He's always all business. How you doing?
Talk business with you at the Christmas party?
We were doing great. Everyone was just talking personal stuff. Kingston come right over. Howard, listen, next week I want to come out and visit you. Let's talk about some business. Remember we had that conversation? I want to start talking business again. And
oh, dear.
Yeah, Steve, don't worry about it. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
That's why I have vacations. So I can have a business meeting with you.
So you can hang out with me and do business with me.
I have an edict, no business.
Yeah, how about no business for 2 weeks?
See, you have to issue edict.
Yeah.
Right.
And then even John, what's his name? John Sykes came over, the new head of something here.
The head of Infinity Broadcasting.
Yeah. All the old-timers guys we started with here were all like,
they're
man,
gone.
It's not now. They were like, it's not the same company anymore, you know, and, Eddie's gone.
Even Eddie Moyer. I was just about to say, Eddie Moyer wasn't there.
Everyone was like, Eddie Moyer's gone. Mel doesn't really hang out with the radio people anymore.
Does he even show up?
Nah.
Wow.
It was kind of sad, actually. And everyone was like, the company's changed. It's more like a big corporation.
I don't even know half the sales staff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of strangers here.
Yeah.
It was sad. At one point, I was holding court with a bunch of new people, in the business office, just telling them war stories of the old parties, because they like, we heard the parties used to be great. And I was telling them stories. They're like, yeah, that's not like fun.
The legendary party.
Yeah.
Legendary Christmas party.
Where we'd be banned from hotels.
The food fights, the pyramids, all that stuff.
We sounded like our parents talking about the good old days.
Yeah, everybody was telling me
when everything was a nickel.
Yeah, remember, always somebody wound up so drunk they didn't make it home.
Yeah.
Everybody was telling me how great the Christmas parties used to be for K-Rock, and I'm going, oh, great, that's when I was a longshoreman.
Right.
Say for the radio station.
It's funny because
for the radio station.
Artie can't get that.
I was actually thinking last night, driving on my way home. I remember the party where we had our assistant Amy, who used to do the computer, and she got so drunk that she got picked up in a sweep.
And she was taken to the hospital.
Taken to Bellevue.
Yeah.
That didn't happen anymore.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Or somebody would get drunk and be inappropriate with Mel, like Stuttering John did it one year, and he threw up, and then Ganji did it another year.
Ganji threw up. Mel got Ganji so drunk just for his own amusement, made him throw up.
Yeah, so anyway,
Nothing like that. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't even drink. It was Tuesday night. I got to work the next morning. I'm not going to start drinking. So, I had the food. The food was very good, actually. Turkey, very good at Hard Rock.
All right, so it was just the hors d'oeuvres you objected to.
Well, I was in a mood, I was just upset. I don't know why. I was just irritated. And then, I seen everyone, Sam Ben Ruby, those guys. So I hung out with them, and then I talked to Sykes for a long time. Mm-hmm. We were talking about stuff, personal stuff, not not
he didn't
business.
talk business either.
He started to talk business toward the end of the conversation about all the new things he's doing in the company, and then I zoned out and I left. He drove me right out of there. He started with, Mel's a great guy, and, he's giving me my autonomy, but I got to call him every day, and check in.
Is that right?
Not every day, every other day. And he goes, what I'm trying to do with, is get a website up that gets all the radio stations in your little network together so that there's one common, if we have a good sales guy here and a not a good sales guy. And I'm like,
Goodness.
And I went right out the door.
I like how John Sykes is known to people in the company that don't know him. One of our assistants came up to me and they go, "Who's that?" I go, "That's John Sykes." And he goes, "Oh, isn't that the one that Wendy the retard says rape? Was raped by?"
Yeah. He raped Wendy the retard.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yes, that's me.
So
was Artie there?
Yeah. Artie was there. Artie was.
To a party with you.
Artie's funny because
Artie was drinking, but Artie caught the worst of me when I first walked in, and I felt so bad for Artie because I walk in and I go, "Artie, do you believe this?" And Artie's like, "What? I'm drinking for free."
No, I mean, I had a different reaction. I went in and I said, "Wow, great fried food."
Yeah. One man's heaven is another one's hell.
Artie's so funny because Artie was not even a couple people came up to me and said Artie seems a little grouchy, and I said, well, I don't think Artie can drink the way he wants to drink. But having said that, I saw Artie have at least 4 Jack and Waters.
No, I didn't. I had 2 drinks. 3 drinks.
Yeah.
2 drinks. 3 drinks.
I had 3 drinks. No.
I hear 2 drinks. I hear 3 drinks. I hear 3. Anybody 4, 5, 5.
Everybody comes up. Booker even said, he goes, "You seem a little down." And I'm like, dude, the 4:30 in the morning thing, that's a real deal.
You see a little down. You drag your ass out of bed this early.
My ass is dragging.
Yeah, I was ready to go home and go to sleep.
I got home by 10:30, but that's late for me nowadays.
Was the buzz that I was being unfriendly?
No.
Because I was trying. I mean,
the only people that knew that you were in a bad mood were me, Artie, and Tom. And then after that, you rallied great, and I'm sure Frank was thrilled that you chatted with him and some, Sam and those guys.
Love Frank.
Did you hang out with Boogie?
Saw Booger a little bit. I gave him the business. I said, what are you doing for the holidays? He goes, well, first I'm going here, then I'm going...
Don't you have to check with what J-Lo...
Wait, he goes, first I'm going here, then I'm going to Florida. I go, well, how are you going to do that? What if J-Lo needs to be with you? He goes, well, actually, J-Lo's in Florida. I go, you going to bother to bring Linda? Or are you just going to go right out and hang out with J-Lo?
Are you going without her?
Yeah, so...
By the way, interesting thing about Booker last night, he was the only one dancing to the song Jenny from the Block.
Yeah. Was he really?
Oh, and then they played that, and it goes, I'm just Jenny from the Block, and everyone looks depressed, and Booker's like dancing
doing
like
a backspin.
He's doing the Macarena.
We got to get him on a phone, too, because he's got his own lyrics to that song for him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just Booker from the Block. He did like 2 lines for me.
Oh, it's beautiful. Can't wait to hear it. But that'll be as stimulating as a Stephen Jenkins interview.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Hey, here you bang Charlize Theron. Hey, I don't want to talk about it. Whatever. She's a good person.
Yeah,
just like anybody else.
Some stuff's not funny for the radio, Howard.
That was weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, great, Stephen. Because I wouldn't know what's funny for the radio. You would.
Thanks for your review.
Yeah. Tell me what's funny. Check in with me, and then we can, guide me.
Thanks, Cousin Brucey.
So, and then, John Sykes drove me out of the party because I couldn't take the
carrying on about
the business, his website he's going to put up. But we had a nice conversation before that. I like the guy.
All right.
But, there's layers and layers of people. It used to just be, Mel and...
There's so many people at the party that I didn't know.
Yeah,
some
Mel
guy,
was replaced by like 7 people, right?
Yeah, there was some guy there who goes, that's the new Fareed. And I went, well, what do you mean? And they go, well, that's the new guy. And I go, who is he? What do you mean? How many layers are there around this whole radio thing? Like there's Sykes. I don't even know what his job title is. And then there's the new Fareed, and then there's some other dude that was walking around, some old dude that's now in charge, and there's another guy in charge.
Yeah, I just speak to everybody because I don't know who's who.
Everyone's in charge. Everyone's in charge of the radio station.
You don't want to insult somebody in charge.
So do you need 17 people to replace Mel? Evidently.
So, yeah.
Levels and levels of people.
A bunch of new guys, apparently, from another station in town, came here a couple of months ago, like sales guys.
Yeah, I know. A lot of guys from NEW came over here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I met a couple of them. Then there was, one sort of hot-looking chick that's here now, saleswoman.
She did a karaoke. She sang Respect.
Was she good?
That broad?
Amazing.
Have her come in and do it.
She can sing?
Yeah.
What's her name again?
I think it's Lisa.
Lisa.
Have her come in and sing.
She can sing.
I'd like to hear
Try
it.
her out on American Idol.
Although the highlight of the night had to be this guy that works around the station. They call him Rabbi because he wears a yarmulke.
Yeah.
He did pour some sugar on me. How was he?
With the yarmulke on?
Amazing.
Would he do it here?
He should because it's damn funny.
I bet he would.
Yeah, you don't see a guy with a yarmulke say, I'm hot, sticky, sweet very often.
Yeah.
They had a karaoke party?
Yeah, there was karaoke, but I went in there. I would have done karaoke, but nothing was happening.
It takes time.
Everyone's got to get lit.
Build, yeah.
Right. Bucky and Tom sang a ballad.
Oh, yeah. That was weird. They sang, I think it said, I can't. It's a ballad. One of those.
Love, look at the
No. It's
something like that was the joke.
Love.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Righteous Brothers?
That's the one.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Ronnie got drunk.
Oh.
You know what? Ralph is so funny because we were sitting there and you could hear Ronnie screaming on the microphone. And Ralph just looks at the floor and he goes, he's such an embarrassment.
Ralph.
Now, when Ralph is embarrassed.
Yeah, Ralph wears a scarf.
He's at rock bottom.
Ralph had a strategically placed scarf so he looked cool.
He looked like John Voight.
He was actually normal last night.
Ronnie sang 3 or 4 songs. He just
Ronnie
loves getting on that stage and singing karaoke.
When he's lit.
Yeah, and it's like Frank Sinatra, right?
Well, no, I wish I had tape of it because at one point as a joke...
No one taped it?
No.
Oh.
At one point as a joke, him and Phelan and Isaac got up and sang that Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Oh, really?
So everyone's singing, but all you hear is Ronnie going, Bye Bye Bye! Why, bye, bye! Yeah! Let's drink!
Then I heard after the party, I was long gone, went to bed.
Right.
The guys went to Scores.
Yeah, they usually roll out of there and go to Scores. That's the new after party.
Ronnie went to Scores.
Yeah, there's some people around here went. I mean, but it's Tuesday night. You can't do it. That was the problem.
Yeah, I heard the Giselmundos were at Scores. Is that right?
Yeah, they've gone a bunch of years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they go all the time.
They get a lot of women to go because they're coming right from the party.
I was shocked. Did Giselmundo let down that ponytail? Was he rock and roll?
I've never seen that out.
Was he rock and roll, Giselmundo?
No, he keeps it on.
We got a guy back in corporate who has like the I guess it's like a mullet. He's got, like, he pulls his hair back in the ponytail at work here and wears a suit.
And he has, like, regular, like, sideburns and stuff. Like, it's a real short haircut.
And an earring.
It's like magical hair. And then I think when he's outside of the radio station in corporate, he lets that hair out.
But we're not sure. Yeah. Nobody has seen it down.
I don't get it.
At Scores, his hair isn't down?
I mean, I've been to Scores. I wasn't there last time, but I've been with him before. And, no, it doesn't come out.
Wow.
And, like, when he's here, you never know that he's, like, that has that side to him, right? Because he's, like, a real business guy.
I've never met rock and roll Giselmundo.
And neither have I.
Yeah, I've only met corporate Giselmundo.
Yeah. Right, that's the only one we see.
It's like Barbie.
I think, there was that doll, you pull the hair out and it gets like, that's what he's like.
John, can we discuss your new problem about how you'd like to get yourself lightheaded a little bit?
I don't
What is he doing?
Oh, I heard you're doing, I heard you're snorting.
What is he doing?
Whipped cream cans?
Whippets.
Yeah,
Whippets?
Yeah, when I was in high school, I used to do whippets, and now I've grown, I have an affection for them again.
What is a whippet?
He keeps a Ready Whip cam by him, and every 10 seconds in front of people, he snorting like a junior high guy.
Dude, that's dangerous.
It's like sniffing glue.
Well, I mean, it only hurts your brain.
It got really bad when I was in a limo on the way to a gig, and it was me and Jim in the comics, and my agent called me yelling at me that the one of the improvs was mad that I was doing whippets.
I don't understand something. Do you empty out? Do you empty out all the whipped cream, or does the whipped cream hit you in the face?
No, the key to it is, when you take the whipped cream can, you just bend it a little bit so you don't get the whipped cream. You just get all the
oh my God. And what happens to you?
Oh, it's the best high in the world.
It is good, Howard. I mean, I did it in high school.
You know how much brain damage that must cause?
What do I care?
Known to cause brain damage and death.
No.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as sweeter that you get in the...
No, it's not, dude. You're self-medicating.
There's no controls on your Ready Whip can.
Dude, that sounds way wrong.
Yeah, the dentist stops at some point.
How much whipped cream are you doing a day?
You had 20 hits last night.
How many hits can you get off a whipped cream can?
I gave the bartender $40, and I go, hey, can you get any Ready Whip cans?
Jesus.
You're kidding.
To be in rehab for whippets.
What kind of party is this? No Ready Whip?
And he keeps a can with him?
And then he got me two, and I said, I'll double it if you get me some more.
Oh, my goodness. What a
Wait, how many cans do you go through?
I must have went through 5.
You spent $80 on whippets last night?
Yeah, maybe,
what a little weed.
Maybe 50 or 60. But you know what it is, Howard? You can only do one each can.
Oh.
It's only one hit
really?
per can.
So wait a minute. Now, the can is still full of whipped cream.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't get it out.
Right.
It's useless.
John, you could have walked down to the supermarket 2 doors down and gotten like 100 cans.
Yeah.
I know. Well, that's why I think I got in trouble at the Improv, because they didn't have whipped cream for the desserts.
It looked like the back of a Carvel by the end of it.
You mean you took the whipped cream cans from the Improv, you snorted up all the whippets, and then they couldn't get the whipped cream out?
They didn't have whipped cream for the desserts.
You know what? Yeah, the people didn't have whipped cream for the desserts, and John walks out with, like, stuff on his face and a can, and, like...
Yeah, little white...
Stuttering John has whipped cream.
What a dumb habit you're into.
And this is the father of children. That's all I want to
Do you know how retarded that is? Because you know how you get high with that? I mean, it limits the oxygen to your brain.
Right.
Yeah, so
he doesn't realize it's brain damage.
It's dangerous,
It lasts
man.
for 2 seconds. That's
It lasts for about good 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And what happens to you? You get dizzy?
It's just like this. It's like you're in a different world.
For 30 seconds, John has George Clooney's life.
Right. For 30 seconds, he's in a different world.
It's really a great experience.
Oh, please.
No, it isn't.
Let me just say something.
Well, no. I don't recommend it to anybody else.
Yeah, sure.
But it's great.
John, that is so dangerous.
But it only lasts, Howard. It isn't like you get. It's just 30 seconds. You're done. Then you
get an
Is that because you couldn't drink because it was a weeknight?
No, I drank. Not a lot, but I drank.
He's chasing the whippets with Amstel Light.
Yeah. I only had like 6 beers.
What happens if you shoot up Sweet and Low? Anything?
Yeah, I'm sure you've tried.
Wow.
I don't really think it's as dangerous.
Dude, it is so dangerous.
The true words of an addict.
Hey, you know what you should go to? The big thing now is you just go sniff Pam.
Wait, no.
Pam, and that's what people
Howard,
do.
you never got sweet air at a dentist's office? It's the same stuff.
Sweet air.
Well, I wasn't allowed to have any of that.
It goes like a filter or something.
No.
Straight.
Okay, here's the honest thing. They add oxygen to sweet air. So when I do whip it, I'm breathing air as well.
Do you know what the chemical in that can is? Do you know?
Nitrous oxide, I think. Right?
You don't even know.
No?
You don't even know what you're snorting.
Oh, I just know that it works.
Does it really matter?
I think it's funny that you just make up science to fit what you like to do.
Make
You're
up
like,
science?
You go, oh, it doesn't do anything. It's no big deal. But it's a huge
like
deal.
you did a study.
It's the same thing as...
It's not the same
as
thing.
Sweeter. How much you want to bet, guys? It's not. How much you want to bet? I'll bet you...
When you go to the dentist, he limits it. He's watching what he gives you.
The difference is when you go to the
Even if it
dentist, it's
were,
mixed with oxygen.
And he's only giving it to you once.
So when I do a whippet...
I want to see you do this.
I think we have...
Sure. I'd love to
You show me the next time you're doing it.
Where's your can?
Go get your whipped cream can. I want to see
I don't have it, but I'll get one.
We'll get you one.
How old are you?
Could you imagine?
It's like a high school thing.
That's what 13-year-olds do when they can't get pot.
That's true.
Right, that's right.
That's like when you're a dumb kid and you don't know any better.
And you don't have any money.
Right.
Junior high school.
He's spending $40 to get...
I just think it's funny at the party you're paying the bartender for whipped cream cans.
He's got all kinds of cash.
And do you do it in private or do you just stand at the bar?
I stand right there and do it.
Can you imagine?
In fact, one of the interns annoyed the crap out of me because I just did it, and she came over to ask me to dance. She kept asking me, and I'm trying to get off for a few seconds. I didn't want her to respond. Because you get more higher if you hold your breath. So I'm holding my breath.
I hope every drug taker in America is listening.
Yeah, but how do you do that in rehab? You get up and go, hi, I'm John, and there's really not a name for this, but I do a lot of whippets.
Do you... Why not just drink, man? That's not enough?
No.
Yeah, and why
weed.
call it whippets? Tell people really what you do. I do whipped cream.
I do Ready Whip Can.
I'm addicted to Ready Whip.
Yeah, and some heroin addict gets up and just punches him in the
You gotta be
face.
kidding me. So, how many cans did you go through last night?
Like 5, because that's all they had.
That's all they had.
And, they didn't have the good ones. They had, the generic, and generic doesn't have enough juice in it.
Yeah, that Ready Whip has the good.
I don't believe this. Do you realize how embarrassed your family's going to be when they find you dead and there's 10 whipped cream cans around you?
Your poor children.
You can't take your kids for ice cream now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Daddy can't have ice cream.
I didn't know you were doing this.
You mean when you were in high school? You never went?
Yeah, in high school.
You never did the things in a balloon?
In high school.
Yes,
I did.
I didn't.
But never?
I did some badass drugs.
They weren't up to that.
But I wouldn't want to look like a douchebag sitting there snorting Ready Whip.
Actually, what you used to do is you go to the place where they sell the cartridges for when you want to make soda.
Yeah.
Right? So you fill cartridges and you put them in a balloon.
Yeah.
But I used to do that in the dark room at Bosie's where no one could see me because it was so embarrassing.
What's more embarrassing, doing that or being in Bosie's?
I agree.
Well, he had to do that out in the public, so he didn't want to see him doing this whippet.
I'd be doing heroin if I was at Bosie's. Gee, another day of shop. I'm going to learn to work a lathe because that's my future.
That's right.
You know what's the problem with those Ready Whip cans is you go to the supermarket, there's no plastic over the top.
Yeah, there is.
So, no, there isn't. No, there isn't, because you can just take the top off and you can suck on them or do whatever.
No, there's a
put it back.
There's a safety top.
I can't wait till he gets
There's a safety top.
John knows.
They erected the safety top for John.
My money's on John knowing what's on Ready
It's
Whip.
a red safety top.
I know.
And then it clicks off.
Because on 13, that's what we used to do. That's like 10 years ago.
Hey, Steve, we all have our vices. Yours happens to be homosexuality, and mine is Ready Whip Can.
Yeah, go suck on a Ready
Whip.
Well, Ready Whip's a lot like what Casey does, because you suck on it and then cream comes out.
And then 30 seconds later, you feel really guilty.
Yeah, all right. I got to take a break.
30 seconds, he's in another world.
So everybody, did you go to school?
I hung out with you and did this, and I'm surprised you...
I didn't see you do it.
Yeah.
When did you do it?
And actually, it was only me. A couple of us were doing it while you were there.
Where?
I don't want to say who, but because I don't want to, incriminate anybody else.
How many whipped cream cans could you have had?
I mean, where was I that this happened?
I don't even want to say. But there was a place that we were at that you and I were at, and I was doing the same thing. I tipped them a bunch of money, too.
John, you didn't do this at Nobu, did you?
No, it wasn't at Nobu.
But it was out at a restaurant?
Oh.
Yeah. So
I didn't see you do that.
Yeah, I was doing that in the back.
I didn't know. Who looks at you?
Yeah, you're following John.
Right, well, that doesn't incriminate them if you say where you did it. I mean, they probably...
Was it at Scores?
Yeah, he swipes a whipped cream can. Nobody knows what you're doing.
Oh, all right, I just want to...
Yeah, at Scores, people would think you put it on a girl.
I must have tipped like $100 to get like...
Well, that's why... Oh, when they brought out a can of whipped cream, I thought it was to put on the woman's boobs.
No.
See?
No, I had like 5 whipped cream cans that night.
Oh, I thought, because one of the strippers grabbed the whipped cream and said, here, lick off these, they tease you, they go, hey, right. And then she licks them off herself.
Right.
And then all I know is I didn't realize you got the whipped cream so you could snort it.
And your poor wife knows you do this?
Oh. Does she do it, too?
No, she wasn't the one. It was somebody else.
I just love all the 10-year-old kids at the Hard Rock last night crying because they couldn't have whipped cream on their sundae. Daddy!
He's going to die, isn't he?
The party ended up being very nice.
I heard that everybody went to scores. I heard there was a lot of, like, hooking up of interns and young...
A lot of interns hooked up with some of the younger staff members.
Oh, really?
Howard, it's getting more and more depressing, though, because you go to these parties and all these people, you want to look at everyone hooking up for the first time. Yeah. It's so exciting.
Hey, dude, get unmarried. You could do it, too.
Well, actually, I had sex twice last night when I went home.
Did you?
Yeah, twice in a row.
See, those whippets work.
Yeah, see.
Whip it good.
All right, I got to...
Did you? So depressing.
So who hooked up? Anybody with... Did Ganji hook... Like, someone said to me, thank God for interns, because that's Ganji's whole social life.
It is, but Ganji's such a goofball. He had an intern on the hook, and she came over, she sat down with me around. She was all pissed off because Ganji goes, get me a beer. And she goes, I'm not working now. And she walked away, and she was digging him, and then he was, like, mean to her.
Well, hey, Ronnie.
An idiot.
So Ganji, as usual... He introduced me to this gorgeous blonde girl that works in corporate here.
Yeah.
That he tells me that he grew up with her and he knows her real well and blah, blah, blah. We used to play in the sandbox together and all this.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You know what, Howard, though? He was talking to some of the hot interns, and I know he hooks up.
I heard a rumor that he hooks up plenty.
I heard.
And I even know, like, people, I think he's hooked up, I don't know.
I heard one a semester.
That's right. That's the one a semester. Ganji's good for.
Yeah.
Boy, good for him.
The best thing of the night was Tom Gizamundo and Carol.
At scores?
Yeah, scores, getting lap dances, man.
Wow, I was shocked.
Did he let out his ponytail?
Yeah, no, he didn't let it down, though.
He didn't let his ponytail down?
No, he didn't let it. He had it tied back.
I'm surprised the girls didn't untie it for him.
And Carol got
Yeah, Carol, she's into the big, tall girls.
Really?
She likes big, tall girls.
Wow.
Carol and I have
somehow I think Carol doesn't like big, tall girls.
No, because every year that she goes, she asks for this one girl, Mason, that works there.
Because she's safe.
I don't think so.
How come she doesn't let her husband take down his ponytail?
Don't know. You have to check with her.
Keeps a tight rein on that, man.
All the girls would be falling all over him.
Sounds like fun. All right, listen, I got to take a break. I know there's a lot of people on the phone. We got to get to them. And the semifinals of the world's meanest listener contest are coming up. We're going to find out who wins. Who goes on to the final two. Is that right? Yeah, the final two. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi there. The middle finger of the broadcasting community. Here's a sensation which must be heard to be believed. Howard Stern Show. The world famous WBCN Boston.
Good morning. Okay, welcome to the Howard Stern Show. My name is Chris Rock, the only black comedian besides Eddie Murphy that Howard finds funny. Hey, Howard, how come you lump all the black comics together? I mean, would you be happy if I lumped you with Pauly Shore? No, you wouldn't be. How would you like it if I said, I would like really funny people like Howard Stern, Joe Piscopo? No, that would upset you. That would upset you. So here's Howard Stern, ladies and gentlemen. Howard the Man Stern.
Is that Bernie Mac? Love Chris Rock. I think he's laying low for a while.
I think he should.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry, you're on the air. Hey, Jerry, you're on the air, I said.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you there, Howard. How are you doing this
morning? All right, man.
Hey, John is right. Whippets are perfectly safe the way he's doing them.
Well, I don't think so, but I just saw him do one.
Oh, he did one for you?
Yeah, he's got it down to a science where he's just like, no whipped cream gets on him. He just sucks in.
He doesn't turn it up. He holds it straight.
Yeah, you hold it straight up and just the gas comes out. It's nitrous oxide. It's an inert gas. It's the same stuff that the dentist uses.
Seemed kind of sad. And when I was watching him sucking on his whippet can, it just seemed kind of sad.
That's the word.
Whether it's safe or not, I wouldn't recommend it.
He needs. I don't understand it.
Yeah, Benji.
I think it can cause stroke-like effects.
Oh, I'm sure it can. Yeah. You're self-medicating.
Well, Phelan came in here and he was telling stories. We used to do this, we used to do that, and John goes, you see? And I said, John, do you realize that in every phrase, and every
used to.
Yeah, used to is in there.
Robin, you've smoked pot, right?
Yeah, years.
All right, so it's just another, form of, drug abuse.
There he goes. He's opening up a can. He got a whole bunch of cans.
Well, yeah, I saw them come in with about 7 or 8.
Look, and then he gets all dizzy.
And he likes that. Well, why don't you just spin around?
And why don't you just jump up and down a lot?
Goodness.
You're like a heroin addict. It's scary.
It looks like when Lloyd Bridges sniffs the glue in Airplane.
You know what? Why don't you just kill yourself? Your life is so terrible. You always need some art.
You know what, Robin? It's just, it's fun. It's like going on a roller coaster.
Why don't you just slam your head into a wall?
It's like, yeah, you drink a glass of wine, right?
I'm not sucking on, if I can't get that, I'm not sucking on a whipped cream can.
Yeah. Sometimes when I get depressed, I like to break a plate over my head.
Right.
All right.
You want to try one, Howard?
No, dude. I'm not into that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're going to start a craze.
I don't want to die with a whipped cream can in my hand.
In your nose, up your nose.
All right.